Good evening. My name is Nicholas Pappas, and I will be performing an oratorical piece by Deborah Angelina entitled Overcoming Adversity. In school, we learn that adversity is defined as a difficult situation or condition, a misfortune or tragedy. He showed courage in the face of adversity. Resilience is our ability to cope with adversity, to bounce back from difficulties and setbacks. A worldwide poll of 20,000 people showed that 98% predict a difficult, changing, and even chaotic future. But we are naturally resilient. We have the potential to bounce back from our setbacks, to get back up when we are knocked down by adversity. Learning to cope successfully with adversity and failure can make us successful now and in the future. So how do we overcome our adversities? I decided to do some research about successful people and the challenges they had to overcome on their journeys. Frederick Douglass was a leader of the abolitionist movement, known for his dazzling oratory and incisive anti-slavery writing. Mr. Douglass was also born into slavery, separated from his family, and still taught himself to read. Franklin Roosevelt was a 4-time president of the United States. He was also paralyzed from the waist down after suffering from polio before running for office. Stephen King's first book, the iconic thriller, Carrie, received 30 rejections. King, now having hundreds of books published, including The Shining, Misery, and The Green Mile, has the distinction of being one of the best-selling authors of all time. I'm sure you all know the story of Michael Orr, whose life was depicted in the award-winning movie, The Blind Side. It's a real rags-to-riches story about a young man, poor and homeless, who is adopted by a family, goes to college on a football scholarship, and now plays professional football. J.K. Rowling may be rolling in a lot of Harry Potter dough today, but before she published the series of novels, she was nearly penniless, severely depressed, trying to raise a child on her own while attending school and writing a novel. Rowling went from depending on welfare to being one of the richest women in the world. Speaking of richest women in the world, Oprah Winfrey. She faced a hard road to her success. She endured an abusive childhood as well as numerous career setbacks, including being fired from her job as a television reporter because she was unfit for TV. She continued to hold tight to the dream she envisioned for herself and for all women. These are just a few famous examples of success. Imagine how many people overcome the odds every day. Women who beat breast cancer, athletes who run marathons on prosthetic legs, children without families earning full college scholarships. So what can we learn from all of these winners? We can learn that failure is not falling down. Failure is the choice to stay down. The distinction is important. Those who stay down have failed. They categorize themselves as failures and losers, so they quit. They give up. In contrast, Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." We need to keep honoring our everyday heroes, as well as the famous ones. If there is one thing we can learn from those who've triumphed over their adversities, it should be this: do not stay down. In closing, I would like to present one more famous example of success. Nearly all of us have read Theodore Geissel's Cat in the Hat. Yet 27 different publishers rejected Dr. Seuss's first book. To think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. I think I can speak for all of us when I say we are glad that Dr. Seuss continued to write, despite falling down. Or for our world may never have known the joys of green eggs and ham. Thank you.